You guys always good. Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. I messed up. I thought the match was tomorrow. I really thought the match was tomorrow. I had my match preview set for later on tonight with Jerry Mancini, the Lazio fan that I invite on quite often. And I was speaking to Anthony from Inter Worldwide, and he told me, like, bro, you, what time are you doing your preview? And I'm like, yeah, 7 p.m. He's like, oh, so you're doing it just before the match? I was like, wait, what? So yeah, sorry about that. Messed up, but quick match preview. I'm on my lunch break, so I thought I'd get one in, nothing more than 20-30 minutes, guys. It's going to be nice, quick one. Get match preview, lineups, all that kind of stuff. Inzaghi's words before the match, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not expecting that many people in the house, so it's my fault anyway, but it is what it is. Yo, Shams Niek, what's up? Thank you for coming through. Mighty Mao. You forgot it was today as well? Yeah, there you go. I wasn't the only one. It just kind of snuck up. Like, I knew the Serie A because I was doing my fantasy. I know that Torino and Monza, no, not Torino, Udinese and Monza are playing today, but I didn't think Inter were playing on the Friday, and it just slipped my mind. So, yeah, but yes, I wasn't the only one. Yeah, I wasn't the only one. Jesus Christ in the house. Yo, find your channel on Shorts. Love from Albania. Yeah. Maybe you found it through the Christian Aslani flip flap elastico shorts I posted the other day. So thank you for coming through. No man, I have it all in my agenda for this game. Yeah. This is a good game. 9 people in the house. That's actually more than I expected. I thought there'd be like 2 people because I just literally changed the schedule for my live stream. So yeah, it's nice to see that some people have actually made it. So appreciate you guys coming through. After yesterday, just wanted a break. Yeah, I know. That's the thing, because yesterday I thought it was a Champions League draw. So obviously yesterday was focused on that, and I thought we've got a day in between, and then we've got the match on Saturday. But no, it's got it wrong. But yeah, after yesterday, Interisti were feeling a little bit, as usual, hard done by the Champions League draw. If you guys didn't see my video yesterday, yeah, we did like an hour-long live stream chatting to you guys about the draw. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. It's Champions League. We could have definitely had an easier group, yes, but this is what the Champions League is about. Remember, Champions League back in the day used to be called the Champions, or like, in Italian it was Coppa dei Campioni, so the Cup of the Champions. So only the teams that would win each league would partake in this league, and then of course afterwards it got expanded, and now it's getting expanded even further. But the original meaning of the Champions League was the champions playing against each other. So we shouldn't fear about playing against these big teams. But yeah, of course, it just doesn't help our chances of going to the round of 16, making that extra bit of money, and getting the extra bit of luck to get a later run into the league. But it is what it is. We talked about it yesterday, and yeah, we'll get into the Lazio preview now. At work, listening to it now. Thank you very much. I hope you're there's no unsafe content in this channel, so you'll be all right. Pavin, hello uncle. Hello Pavin. Chalobah, I'm so done with Zhang. Yeah, I saw today the news that maybe Chalobah now is going towards Milan, but we'll see. I don't know, because for him, I don't know if he would get more playing time in Milan, to be honest, because they have the Kalulu and Tomori centre-back partnership plus Simon Kjaer. But yeah, Romagnoli left as well, so yeah, they probably have that 4th centre-back slot. So yeah, it's probably a 50-50 decision for him. Depends what team can guarantee him more playing time, because we know Inzaghi doesn't really rotate too much in terms of that 3 centre-backs. So I don't know if Inter can guarantee him more playing time than Milan can, and they probably have a bit more financial ability to just get that, the loan fee if they want, whatever. So yeah, let's see how that happens. But of course, that will be disappointing to see him go to our rivals. Of course, Adam coming in from Slovakia. Nice. FC Skriniar in the house. Hope Inter will do better than last year against Lazio. Yeah, Andreas, good point. I think people sneakily Lazio have become almost like a bogey team, especially away. We're going to look at our record against them in a minute. And yeah, Mighty Mao, we need revenge from last season. If you guys remember, this is that what happened last time round. We were there at Lazio at the Olimpico, that big brawl that broke out. Dumfries was ready to punch up Felipe Anderson, Sergey was involved in there. Even Handanovic, Handanovic is a guy that usually doesn't get involved. Look at Handanovic getting involved. Then there was Lautaro as well and Felipe Anderson. Remember when Di Marco was on the floor and then Lazio kept playing on. And of course, Inter were kind of mad. So yeah, we definitely need revenge. Look at that. That picture looks like those oil paintings from back in the day, like a Renaissance painting, or you could see it happening like in slow motion. Every character has got their own little story going on there. But yeah, we definitely 100% need revenge for what happened last season. And I hope the players remember that and keep that in their mind, but in a positive way, not in an angry, getting hot-headed type of way, but in like, yeah, don't worry, guys. We remember what happened last season. We'll put you in your place. Sharif in the house. What's up, stupid? Yo, Shams, what's up? We got a few Albanians in the house today. Nice to see you guys coming through. Yeah, I don't fear anyone at all. 100%. Ahmad coming through as well. This brother always manages to come through wherever time of the day it is. We will smash Lazio today. Bruce Wayne is confident. If Gagliardini doesn't play, yeah, we'll speak about that quickly in a moment about the Gagliardini chance of starting. As we know, he's the anti-SMS, as Inzaghi seems to have earmarked him as. Christian has a good feeling. Let's get 3 points. I like it. Cartel in the house. Calamity. Oi! This is why I wanted to bring Jerry Mancini on. If you guys don't know about Jerry Mancini, this guy, Lazio fan on Twitter, always posting about Korea, the barbecue pictures. Inter paid 31 million for a barbecue chef. Like all this banter about Korea, and so that's why the main point about bringing Jerry on was having this banter about Korea. But yeah, if Korea scores today, Jerry needs to cut off Twitter because everyone's gonna flame him. But yeah, no, that would be amazing to see. But we know Korea's probably gonna get 15-20 minutes at the end of the game. So I struggle to see him really having that much of an impact, but it would be amazing for him to see scoring. Niek, I'll star your prediction. I'll leave it towards the end so we can talk about it at the end. Forza Inter will have a revenge and don't refuse to score, inshallah. Yeah, I hope so. Can't wait for the match. I really miss my players. Yes, Alagi, same here. Hey, low in the house as well. Prediction 2-1 away. That won't be without some scares, as is normal at the Olimpico. I like that. Yeah, 100%. I'll star that as well. Otlo, I'll bring it up at the end when we're talking about our predictions. I think we are favorites, but our defense just seems so shaky that defense needs solidity starting now. Yeah, 100%. Victor, we know it won't be Onana, but of course, it is what it is. You know what the truth is. But maybe Handanovic stinker is what's needed if you want Onana to start. But of course, I don't want Handanovic to have a stinker just for our personal agendas to prevail. But yeah, let's get into the match preview. We got Ian Kerr in the house as well, president of Inter Club Belfast. Big up to Ian and Inter Club Belfast. And yeah, of course, Kulibaba. We need a big game from Lula. Big game. But as I was talking, we're actually sneakily Lazio recently have become like a bogey team for Inter away, especially at home. We seem to do, especially since we beat them for the Champions League clinching spot. Remember the Vecino clinching goal to get the Champions League on that was his 2017-18 season. Since then they've kind of become a bogey team away for us. Like at home we do okay against them, but look, away 2020 19 under Conte we lost 2-1, and then again we drew away to them. Then at home we beat them again, but then last season again we lost away to them, and then we beat them at home. So at home we do well against them, and then away we struggle against them. So they have sneakily become a difficult team for us at the Olimpico. Something always seems to happen, like the penalty against the Bastoni last time round. The Immobile scored twice against us last season. He scored at home and away. He scored the penalty away, and then at home he scored that one where Handanovic and the defense had that kind of mistake in between them. Sheriff was looking for tickets for the derby, says on Viagogo 550 Swiss francs. Oh, bloody hell. How much is that? Let me do the calculation for that. Swiss francs to GBP. 550. Ooh, you bastard. £480. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, that's what happens. These resale tickets are crazy, man. These resale tickets are crazy. I hope you managed to find something, bro. Win for us today. Yes, I hope so. Prediction 2-1, Imran. I'll start this one as well. Yeah, Lazio unbeaten last 3 home games against us. 2-1 draw, 2 wins, 1 draw. Yeah, exactly. Immobile is mortal. He's so old, to be honest. He's not that old. What is he, like 31, 32? He's not that old, but he just seems like yeah, it's he's been around. He just seems like he's been around for ages. Hey, Niak, they can't be this overconfident, bro. We know with that record against Lazio, we've seen, last. It's not like last season. Romagnoli is still an improvement of what they had last season, but we know that, of course, we're gonna get um, into the Romagnoli versus Lukaku as well. That's more than my season ticket cost. Ouch! Yeah, exactly, Ian. Exactly. That is some crazy, crazy prices. Acerbi on goal coming, imagine. But I don't think he's even going to be part of the squad, actually, Acerbi. It's the Acerbi derby, you could call it right now. But he's really out of the project at Lazio at the moment. He could make the bench, but as I saw in the previews, he's not even part of the squad for Lazio. So yeah, he might be in the crowd, but he probably might not even be that, because his relationship with Lazio is really like at an all-time low at the moment, especially with the fans. Yeah, no, it really is. Imran is the Acerbi dog, because he's gonna be one of these two teams probably, because if Inter don't buy him, I don't think he's gonna go anywhere else, to be honest. But yeah, this is the predicted lineup for today. Sky Sport Italy, as you guys know, is usually the most reliable one, and it looks like Robin Gosens is going to win his battle with the Di Marco on the left-hand side for the left wing-back position. And I'm happy because, as I said in my when we briefly talked about it after the Spezia game, I see Gosens being better for this game because he's more solid defensively, first of all. So he just gives us a bit more solidity defensively. I think he gives us more threat in the box as well. We haven't seen it from him yet properly, but he is a big threat in the box. He is like he's like Dumfries on the other side. Obviously, he's not as tall or as powerful as Dumfries, but he still has, he's really good in the air. He's really good at getting in the box like a striker almost. So I like the fact that it looks like Gosens will be starting. Everything else, business as usual. Back three as usual. No Di Marco, unless Inzaghi wants to surprise us. Dumfries starting on the right. Martinez, Lukaku, as we know, that's just there. But the one thing to talk about is, yeah, we mentioned it. There are talks of Inzaghi starting Gagliardini just to be kind of man-marking Milinkovic-Savic. He did that last season, if you guys remember, at home against Lazio. Even Conte, I think, did it a couple of times. It seems to be like the anti-Milinkovic-Savic moves. It does kind of work. As much fun of as we make of Gagliardini, he does usually do a decent job of he doesn't actually contribute to the game so much in these games. He just kind of literally shadows Milinkovic-Savic, kind of battles with him in the air, which is usually, SMS is just one of the best players in the air in aerial battles in Italy. But it just kind of like he focuses on it so much that usually he doesn't really actually play much of a part in the game. So I don't really like it too much because it focuses too much on him. But yeah, if it happens, it could work. But I'd rather just play our normal midfield of Hakan, Barella, and Brozovic. And yeah, of course, the other thing to talk about is Romagnoli versus Lukaku. Round two is probably like round 3, 4, 5. Romagnoli's played against Lukaku a few times since Lukaku's been at Inter, and he's always struggled against Lukaku. He is his kryptonite, his weakness. That's the one thing Romagnoli struggles with. I rate him to a certain extent. Like, I think he's decent. Like, I think some Milan fans kind of disrespect him a little bit too much, but definitely he struggles against powerful, physical, athletic players like Lukaku, like Duvan Zapata. Like, these are the types of guys in behind 1v1 running in behind him. He struggles against that. So it'll be interesting to see whether Sarri plays a high line, and is he going to ignore? Because that's what Sarri does. He doesn't really tailor tactics to a certain team. He's going to play the way that Lazio want to play. regardless of the opponent. But having, Patrick and Romagnoli, centre back duo against Lautaro and Lukaku in open space, I don't know. I mean, Patrick has got decent pace. He's kind of like one of those hybrid fullback / centre backs who can cover ground. But yeah, I think Marusic is going to help out Romagnoli a lot in this battle here, and I'm expecting some big things from Lukaku. He's still not 100%. I saw an article from Gazzetta dello Sport the other day that's saying that Inzaghi and his coaching staff believe that Lukaku is at around 70% fitness right now, which is actually a bit behind what I thought it would be by this point. But it's a Gazzetta article. It's kind of like an estimation, I guess. But yeah, he's definitely still not 100%. But I'm expecting, as the game days go on and as the weeks go on, Lukaku get to that close to 100%, as close as possible to that. Eduardo in the house, bro. Come on, it's too early. Sorry, bro. I messed up. I didn't know that the match was today. I messed up. So I just had to do a quick one on my lunch break. So I apologize. But I appreciate you coming through, even though it's so early in the morning for you. Lukaku still with the jersey. Yeah, I hate with Sky Sport. They always take ages to change the stuff. Like Gosens still has the Atalanta shirt on as well. I don't think Lazio will score, because if Inter manage to score in the first 20 minutes, they're just unstoppable. Yeah, but we've seen, against Lecce, we scored really early on, 2 minutes, and then we kind of can go through phases of not killing off the match. We got this 2-0, 2-1. Wow. Everyone's really confident today. Everyone's really confident. When is Onana going to play? Good question, bro. My prediction is, I was thinking that it could be a Champions League. It could be the Champions League goalkeeper, but I really just don't see where and how Inzaghi could drop. If you've decided that Handanovic is your number one, I just don't know where. He can't just randomly drop him for a Serie A game now, unless there's a suspension or an injury. So honestly, I don't know. Coppa Italia, Super Cup game, maybe. I just don't see where realistically he could play Onana. Yeah, I feel sorry for Romagnoli too, but maybe he wants to prove, something, prove that he's not dusted completely. So you can't underestimate Romagnoli too much. As I said, Lukaku's still not 100% to that peak Lukaku fitness that we know about. Gag's the man for the job. Yeah, no, Gag should only start against Genoa. Yeah, unfortunately, Genoa are in Serie B. But I know what you mean. Spezia, Sampdoria, those Ligurian teams. That's his level usually. Starting Gallia to face SMS hasn't stopped him from scoring against Azeriz. Yeah, exactly as well. Last season, did he score a deflected free kick or something? Was that the season before? And yeah, guys that usually perform really well against us. Let's get into the Lazio players now. SMS, he's one of those guys. He seems to, I don't know, just completely, I don't know what we've done to this guy. Maybe in the previous, when he was younger, maybe he used to, I don't know, support Milan or Juventus. I don't know. This guy seems to hate us. He's always really, really good against Inter. Immobile, as I said, he scored two goals in the last 2 games against us. But the one guy, Felipe Anderson, this guy is really just wakes up. He's one of the most inconsistent players in Serie A. On his day, really, really good player, but his day usually always seems to be against Inter. And last time round as well, he was really good against us as well, away at the Olimpico. He wasn't so good when we played at home, but this guy is always really good against Inter for some reason. So those are definitely the guys to watch out for. Hope Onana starts to get today against Cremonese now. I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. I keep telling you guys, you just need to live with it that Handanovic is gonna be starting most of these games. I'll be really surprised if Handanovic is dropped for any of these upcoming games. Lazio centre backs are trash. Yeah, they had a really really bad defensive record last season. They conceded over 50 goals, I think. And yeah, on an individual basis, they are quite bad. But, they've had a decent start to the season. Against Bologna, they only conceded 1. They had a clean sheet against Torino. So maybe things are starting to look better. And I think they've potentially, we'll see. They've potentially upgraded in goal because Strakosha wasn't really that good over the last couple of seasons. Peperena was completely dusted. Provedel was pretty good for Spezia, and the other guy, Maximiano, had an awful start. The first game got sent off in like after 10 minutes, but he but he's quite highly rated, so they potentially have upgraded in defense. And Sarri's second year as well, Sarri, his style of play, his coaching style, it takes a while for teams to adapt to it. Second year Sarri usually does hit quite nicely. Mkhitaryan is still out, Victor, to answer your question. Perfect time for preview before Jumma. Yeah, thank you for coming through, Mohammed. Inzaghi does not like to drop his starters. Exactly. Gosens needs to kickstart his season just like Hakan versus Milan last year. Yeah, we need some signs of life from Gosens. That's why I'm happy that Gosens is starting as well. Like as I've said, I just think he needs some games of starting. Like, needs the confidence from Inzaghi. Let's give him 3 or 4 games starting, I believe, so we can actually see his level, see how he's integrating into the team. And then Di Marco always does quite well as a substitute coming on with his left foot and his threat coming on. Ricardo is also confident about a win. I'm happy to see. Lazio, Milinkovic, Savic, Immobile, and maybe Luis Alberto are the only dangerous players they've got. Yeah, but they've added some good. They've got. Let's not forget, guys. Matias Vecino is also there. As much as we wanna, joke about it, he was a meme player towards the end for us. Guys, Inter or ex-Inter players against Inter is just it's one of those things that's written in the stars. So if Vecino comes on, I can just see weirdly him sneaking in a goal or something like that, like a stupid goal. Like, you just know how it is. One guy to keep an eye on, which is rumored to be starting there, and he hasn't got a picture there, Marcos Antonio at centre defensive mid. He's like a little regista, very much a Sarri type player. I'll be surprised actually if he does start, because I would think it would be Cataldi who's the starter in that position. That'll be a big decision by Sarri to put him in for the Inter game. But yeah, he's a very neat and tidy player. They signed him from Shakhtar. Definitely want to keep an eye out for Luis Alberto. Yeah, he's one of the quality players, but he's kind of fallen off with Sarri. He doesn't seem to be fitting into the system 100%. And yeah, in this predicted lineup, Basic is the one starting, so a little bit more of a physical, athletic profile compared to Alberto. But of course, he's one to watch out for if he comes off the bench. Hey, Mohammed's going to Inter versus Cremonese and the derby. Wow, you are blessed. You are a very lucky man, and I hope you enjoy all of those games, man. Yeah, that's great. That's great, man. That's great. Provedel, man of the match. Yeah, you guys know how it is against teams usually. I hope SMS has a bad day and fearful. Who's marking it? Yeah, but on that side, so he's on the right hand side, so it's our left hand side, so it would be Hakan in theory, I guess. But if Hakan plays a Dao, it will be like a man marking type of game from Hakan. But he does need to be more disciplined for sure if SMS is there. Sham, do you think we actually could? Yeah, of course we can get Chalobah. We'll get Chalobah. We'll see. I think it will depend. It will depend on him now who making the decision. I think RB Leipzig are also in for him, which that'll be a good decision for a young player to go to RB Leipzig. Those guys are really good at developing players. But I think if Akanji doesn't renew, I think Beppe will secure him for a free transfer next season. I'm pretty confident of that. Kamal in the house, what's up? Let's get revenge for last season. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We talked about it briefly at the beginning, bro. We need to get revenge 100% for last season. Maximiano is not suspended for the handball. I think it was 1 match suspension, but I think now it just makes sense for them to continue with Provedel. He had a good, he's had a good couple of matches, and no chance of Onana starting. Kamal, we've talked about it. No chance. Yeah, and then moving on. Finishing up, there's one thing I want to talk about. Actually, no, wait. There's something else I want to talk about before that. I want to quickly touch upon Inzaghi's words in the press conference. Here are the words from Passione Inter, one of the Inter news websites I use. The usual stuff. We're facing a strong team. a team that has improved themselves, and there'll be a prepared team organized in the full stadium. They asked him about Skriniar. So they asked him, is Skriniar, do you see him like, troubled or concerned by the transfer market rumors? He said, no, I see him really well, concentrated. He had some issues at the beginning of the season with his injury. Let's not forget, guys, I keep saying he wasn't kept out of the team in preseason for the transfer news rumors. It was more his injury that he got with the Slovakian national team. So it's taken him a little bit longer to get back into condition, and Inzaghi saying the same. But yeah, he's growing in condition, which is good to hear. Speaking on Lukaku, he's saying he's doing well in the first 2 matches, but the whole team needs to improve, not just him. And we know that we have players, and you guys know I've been talking about this on my streams, that we have a team with a lot of guys that take longer to get into physical condition because they're just, their physique is just, that's what it demands from them. Like the players like Lukaku, Dumfries, Skriniar, De Vrij, Gosens, like these bigger, more powerful guys just take a little bit longer to get into condition. So Inzaghi saying that as well. Everyone is recovered apart from Mkhitaryan. And yeah, he said, I need everyone to be available. It's going to be a very busy season. 19 matches going to be before the World Cup with only one break in between. So we need everyone available 100%. He talked about the importance of, the winning the matches against the direct rivals. We know those are really important. And we didn't do too great last season in the big matches. So we need to improve on that this season. And then they asked him about the Gagliardini thing. Gagliardini could be an option. He came in really well on Sunday, which is true. He did have a good substitute appearance against Spezia. And again, he's in one that he had an injury at the beginning of the preseason, so he's another one that's not in full 100% condition. So yeah, he said, I'm thinking about it. It could be a potential option. Same about Gosens as well. And then they asked him how many, changes, turnover of the team are you going to be making this season? He says, I don't like to have pre-planned kind of changes. We're at the beginning, so the team is well physically. But in these close matches, so we're gonna, now that we're playing on Friday, I think we're playing Cremonese on Tuesday. So yeah, these matches are gonna get really, the schedule is gonna get busy now. So yeah, it says maybe 3 to 4 changes per game is gonna be something that he's looking to do without changing the team completely, and that's good. I think 3 to 4 players. I think that's a good amount of changes to keep everyone fresh and raring to go. And then they asked him about Aslani, and he confirmed that he sees Aslani as the vice Brozovic. He says he has been brought in to help Brozovic in that role, but now with Mkhitaryan out at the moment, he could even be used as a mezzala, as one of the other centre midfielders. But yeah, he says personally, I see him as a deep lying playmaker. So he's confirmed that. And then someone, I don't know who it was on this channel, someone's asked about. Someone asked if Di Marco could play as a mezzala or as a centre midfielder, and I've said that he's got the technicality to play, but it's that role you need to be able to play with your back to the pressure. It's completely different. Just because he's good on the ball and he's got a good left foot doesn't mean he can play in centre midfield. And yeah, Inzaghi said, I see him as a wing back or as one of the 3 centre backs, the left centre back. But he said, he's a modern player with great technique and mobility, but he doesn't see him as a mezzala, and I agree with him. I think he could do it as really if it was an emergency where we're missing every single centre midfielder. I think, as I said, he's got a technique, but you need other parts of your game to be able to play that role properly. And then last thing I want to touch upon before we go, it's a bad translation here. So it means that there was a pact. So this is reported from Gazzetta. And then someone on Twitter who I follow talked about this as well. He he's really reliable when it comes to the financial news of Inter, but he mentioned it as well today. So basically what Gazzetta is saying is that Inter players after the Lecce game, just before the Lecce game actually, and this is why Inzaghi was so open about, no one is leaving. This is the team for me going into the season. Is apparently the players have made a pact that no one is leaving now this season. They've all decided, like, whatever offer comes in, none of the players want to leave, which is amazing to see. They have this Scudetto pact. Like they are still hurting from what happened last season, that Milan won the Scudetto. How they won the Scudetto, it was painful. We saw some players in tears. They have this Scudetto pact. They want to keep this team for this season. They want to get revenge for last season. They want to make up for last season. And how good is that to hear, guys? Like, the fact that these guys have said whatever offer comes in, we are staying at Inter. And it's funny because, like, there's that clear separation between the company, Suning, Steven Zhang, Marotta, Ausilio and Co in the middle, and then the players, Inzaghi. Obviously the ownership at the moment, they're very much, their hands are tied. They need to make these, capital gains, or they need to make these financial targets that need to be met. And the pressure coming from China, and the pressure coming from their financial situation, and then Ausilio and Marotta in the middle, we need to make the owners happy, but also need to make Inzaghi happy, and then the players and the coach. It's a difficult situation. That's why I always say, people forget Inzaghi came into a very difficult situation, and it still is a very difficult situation. So he needs credit for being able to manage this whole tricky situation on a mental basis as well. But yeah, it's amazing that these players are clearly dedicated to Inter. They want to make up for last season. They won the Scudetto this season. Yeah, it just makes me like these guys even more. It makes me love this team even more. Wicho coming through. He says, good morning, Tio. Ready for the barbecue today? Yes, sir. We are ready for the asado. We are ready for Lautaro and Lukaku to be cooking up. Maybe Tuku Correa coming on and cooking up some barbecue. But yeah, we need to definitely cook up these Lazio boys today. And yeah, that's it for today. That was my preview. Last question, Uncle. Do you think someone can buy the club next year? Yeah. Anyone can buy the club right now, bro. It doesn't. There's no blockage from anyone buying us. We are on sale. We Inter have been on sale. Suning are not against selling, but Suning, Steven Zhang, they won 1 billion euros. That's the problem. No one seems to be wanting to pay the 1 billion euro asking price at the moment. So that's the issue. But as we now, that's the process as well, guys. They're trying to, of course, pay back the Oak Tree loan. Once that's paid off, was it 2024? I believe that's the end. As the debt is more cleared up, it will become more attractive for someone to buy Inter. And as Inter reduce the losses every year, like last year's, let's not forget, guys, last year's losses were 220 million euros or something, like record losses. Like, no team has ever lost that much money in a financial year, guys. So there's a reason why people are not willing to pay 1 billion for Inter. But as we know, we're trying to reduce these costs and the wages and everything. It should help Inter get back to those losses before the pandemic of 50, 60, 40 million. It sounds crazy to say that, only losing 40, 50 million, but that's like a more of a manageable level of losses. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, 100%. That's why he was hired. That's why he was hired. Inzaghi, he's a yes man, but yeah, he definitely put his balls on the table. He, stood up and, said no one's leaving. So that was nice to see from Inzaghi, but he still is, he's not a guy that's gonna be threatening the board like Conte. But yeah, it is what it is. That's why Conte left. But thank you everyone that came through. Quick half an hour match preview into Lazio. Let's finish up with the match predictions. So let me bring back some of the predictions from earlier. Imran said 2-1 win for Inter. Also same from Otlo. He said a 2-1 win. Of course, with some scares. Niek was massively confident, 2-0 or 3-0, even saying Lautaro Lukaku penalty. That unity will show on the field 100%. I hope so. I don't want to see any losses of heads today, like, after the Marco thing happened last game. Inter players definitely lost that match by themselves by losing their heads that game. 2-0 to Inter, 3-0 to Inter. Wow, I don't know, guys. I'm not feeling as confident as you guys today. I just don't feel that confidence today. Like, Lazio are a tricky team away. They've clearly shown us they're a tricky team for some reason against, You know, Felipe Anderson, Milinkovic, Savic always play really good against us. I just don't. Yeah, I'm not feeling the confidence. I feel a win. I feel like we'll continue our winning streak. I think 2-1. Yeah, I think I'm going with Ian and what Otlo said, 2-1, and Imran. I'm feeling a 2-1 victory, a difficult victory. I think a Lukaku penalty. We need to see a Lukaku penalty. I want to see a Lukaku penalty. And then maybe a one of the centre backs scoring from a corner of like a set piece, maybe Skriniar or De Vrij scoring. That would be nice. I want to see a Skriniar goal. I want to see, it would be really nice to see a Skriniar goal. He deserves it. 3-2. I don't see it being high scoring. I think it'll be quite a tight affair, to be honest. Sheriff says 3-0. You feel a winning goal from DD at minute 92. Hey. I'll take that, but I hope it's not as stressful as that. I can't take it, guys. I can't take so much stress already early on in the season. But yeah, I'm going for a 2-1 victory. Lukaku and Skriniar goals from me. Let me know in the comments below if you're watching this afterwards, your prediction. Make sure you guys leaving a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel. I got to get back to work now. Thank you for everyone that came through. Ahmad going for a 2-0 win. Lukaku and Hakan, of course, continuing against Hakan propaganda. Ciao ragazzi. See you for the post-match reaction. Make sure you come in for the post-match reaction. And always, Forza